Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. It's another candle review day here on my channel, which means that I am sharing 3 in-depth reviews throughout the day. The first video already went live a little bit earlier this morning. I reviewed Scentworks Golden Vanilla. If you are curious about my thoughts regarding that specific scent, I'll have it linked in the description box right below the video here. Feel free to check that out after you are done watching this review. Also, if you are new around here and you're interested in more of my in-depth home fragrance reviews or my candle hauls or my weekly home fragrance roundup, hit that subscribe button before checking out of the video today. That way all of my future home fragrance related content will pop up in your subscription feed. Also at the top of the description box, I'll go ahead and link Kringle Candle, where you can find Country Candle Mandarin Petals, the fragrance that we're talking about in this video here. I will also put my discount code Melanie15 down there. That'll actually save you 15% off of your purchase at Kringle. It doesn't work with all of their sales, but the new candles are not on sale quite yet. So typically Kringle takes about a month or so before they start including the new fragrances in their weekend candle sales. So probably within the next few weeks here, we'll start seeing these new scents included in some of their sales. But like I said, you can use my discount code in the meantime if you are interested in saving a little bit more money on this fragrance here. All right, you guys. So this, as most of you are aware, it's just a little bit of a heads up for those of you that are not aware. This is the very last seasonal run for Country Candle. So Kringle has decided to go ahead and retire the Country Candle line. They are bringing us some newness. We'll definitely share that as soon as, you know, Kringle announces everything. I'm pretty excited to see what is to come. I always like newness, but for those of you that feel really nostalgic towards Country Candle, you know, I just wanted you to be aware that your time in terms of purchasing Country Candle is at some point going to run out here. They are not going to be doing a fall or holiday release this year. The last run is this spring summer 2025 line. So Mandarin Petals, you guys, we got to get into this one. There have now been a couple of scents that my family really has not enjoyed from this lineup here. Garden Fresh and Mandarin Petals are the two that just are, they're kind of a no-go in this house. So I've had a little bit of a hard time actually burning these. I have had to burn some of these candles while Craig and Stella are at work and school respectively. In fact, I picked Stella up from school on Friday, and I was burning this prior to picking her up. So as soon as she walked in the house, she was like, "What is that? I don't like the way that smells at all." And it was just the Mandarin Petals, you know, kind of lingering in the air. Garden Fresh was another one that my family was just like, please don't ever burn that again. So I actually don't mind the Garden Fresh as much, but I don't really personally care for this Mandarin Petals. I have definitely struggled burning it to the halfway point here. And this last half of the candle, I will be passing off to one of my friends. I do know some people that really like neroli, so I think they would definitely enjoy this particular scent. I just think that the neroli that Kringle used here is so insanely aggressive. And it also just kind of smells a little earthy somehow to my nose. Anyway, let's get into it, you guys. This is a long lead up here to the scent description and the fragrance notes, but let's go ahead and run through those. I'll then try to articulate in the best possible way what I actually smell here. I feel like this is a polarizing scent. People either love this one or they don't like it at all. So I would say if you want to try it, pick it up in the daylight first. This is one where I would say absolutely get it in the daylight and just make sure, because this description sounds nothing like what I actually smell. All right, Mandarin Petals. Intermingling with sun-kissed citrus, sugared berry, and radiant mandarin. So kind of a short, awkward description there. Feel like they maybe could have spent a little bit more time on that, but I guess it gets the point across. All right, the top notes are citrus and fruit. The mid notes are neroli and mandarin, and the base is berry and musk. So when I first saw these scent notes before I actually received the candles in PR, I actually was kind of excited about this scent. I was like, this sounds perfect. It sounds sweet. It sounds juicy. It sounds like it might have a nice hint of a light, airy neroli, maybe floating in the background. It just sounded like a really nice citrus fragrance. Oh, you guys, that is not what this smells like to me at all. The neroli, and it has to be a combination of the neroli and the musk in here. It almost smells like the neroli is mixed with an earthy patchouli. Like, it is so earthy, like borderline dirty smelling. And I've never smelled neroli quite like this. I don't even know how it's possible to make neroli smell so just off. Now, off to my nose. There are people who really actually enjoy this scent, but I am definitely not in that camp. So really the main thing that I get here is a really heavy, oppressive neroli, a deep, earthy muskiness that borders on like being mixed with patchouli. I do smell some citrus here. You can definitely smell the citrus, but it's not sweet. It's not juicy. There's no, I don't know where they put the sugar, as in this sugared berry that they mentioned here, but no, there's nothing sweet about this scent at all. And as a lover of sweet things, sweet fragrances, candy, sweets in general, that's just not what I'm experiencing here at all. So citrus, yeah, but honestly, the citrus just doesn't even smell good alongside this particular neroli and musk combo. Again, no berry. It's just, I don't know. Listen, sometimes there are just fragrances that I don't like, and that's okay. Not everybody has to like, all of the same things. This is one of the few times where I think Kringle has created a fragrance that just really does not agree with my nose at all. Even if sometimes fragrances are not in my wheelhouse, I can still appreciate them and enjoy them. This is one of those where I just haven't even enjoyed burning this. I'm telling you, it has been a struggle to get it here, but I really wanted to, give it the old college try just to see if maybe something would change at some point. And it just has not. So this is just not the scent for me, is the moral of the story. That being said, if you think this does appeal to you, the strength and the throw here has been crazy good. All right, let's get into the strength and throw here, because I think this is where this particular fragrance actually shines, and she shines bright. The strength and the throw of this one is an 8 for both. This is so potent. It is so noticeable. It is one of those fragrances where when I have burned this alongside something else, this scent has taken over the other fragrance. I've really kind of struggled finding other scents to pair this with, because it is so unique, if you will, in its presentation. I've tried mixing it with a couple of other citrus scents, and this one just is honestly so strong that it like outshines the other fragrances by a long shot. So if this is a fragrance that you think will really appeal to you, the strength and throw has been really strong, and it has been consistent from the get-go. You do definitely want to make sure that you trim your wicks here. So let's kind of get into the overall burn quality with this one. It does, especially for, I would say, the first maybe third of the candle, it does form some pretty large mushroom tops. I had to limit the burn of this to right around 3 hours. I noticed if I let it go any longer than that, that the mushroom tops started getting too big. They would fall into the wax, and I'd start kind of seeing some smoking from the wicks almost. So limit the burn on this one. Even if you can only leave it lit for about 3 hours, it lingers so well in the air that you'll probably get that additional hour just from like the lingering effect. So, but definitely trim those wicks between each burn. I notice now that I'm at the halfway point, I don't have to trim the wicks quite as aggressively. And if I really wanted to, I could let this go beyond about the 3 hour mark at this point. I do not. I've just been, you know, leaving it right around 2-3 hours max. And I gotta say, it's had a great burn. You can see there is no discoloration. This is the full wax pool. So this has been lit now for, I would say, 2 hours. And you can see that is a nice, healthy wax pool. Those flames are nice and tall. I did trim the wicks before this burn. But yeah, this is what you get from this. It's a great burning candle. It's just that the scent itself is obviously not in my wheelhouse. So for what it's worth, those are my thoughts, guys. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Like I said, if you are curious about this scent at all, if you are a huge fan of neroli and maybe you're interested in trying a deeper neroli, a earthier neroli, you might want to give this one a shot. It might be something that you really enjoy. But don't go ham on this one by ordering like 3 large jars to begin with. I would suggest easing into it and then, you know, maybe making a subsequent purchase if you decide that you do really like this one. So anyway, for what it's worth, that's how I feel about this one. There is one more candle review actually coming from Kringle a little bit later on this evening. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed. I'll be reviewing the Kringle Spanish Moss. So if you're curious about that one, that's what's coming up a little bit later on today. I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, let me know if you have any questions and I'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo.